So this is just a little bit more of a kind of cognitive dissonance type thing. I've got a kid, and they've got a birthday coming up, and they were writing out a seemingly never-ending list of crap that they'd like having for their birthday from various people, and they didn't seem to like it too much when I suggested that, well, it's a lot of crap, a lot of kind of, in the end, meaningless throwaway pap that's going to be neglected after a couple of weeks, which might make me a bit of a miserable old bastard, but fuck it, I am. And it did kind of piss me off a little bit, because, again, there's a time for starting to do things a little bit differently, I guess. And this kind of comes back to environmental kind of stuff, I guess, but from a more kind of thought-free version than what we tend to get from the media. Because I've never gone on about climate change or any of that stuff. Don't really know enough about it really to be able to say one way or the other. Everyone's got an opinion, I guess. But putting the whole climate change agenda and again all the things I've spoken about before, Extinction Rebellion and all the massive companies that are involved, the NGOs and whatever, trying to push through agendas to kind of monetize the remains of the planet under the guise of looking after the environment while all the time just raping it dry for profit. Kind of leaving that to one side for a minute in terms of kind of climate change and all that. See, that's what's sold. That's the money pitch. That's what's going to bring in the cash. See, the whole climate change, carbon dioxide, carbon thing. That's where people can be made to feel guilty and shameful, and the more guilt and shame, the more people will ask for give consent to different ways of being controlled, and there's plenty of people out there more ready and willing to do that controlling and to reap the profits that kind of come with that. But that is only one aspect of it. You know, people can say, "Oh, we've got 12 years left. Climate change." Well, on the other hand, again, in order to make all these solar stuff, and as I said before, whether it's any of the technology, it all requires the raping of the planet. It requires the mining of minerals and so on and so on and so on in order to make solar panels and turbines and blah blah batteries and so on. And that's currently an overlooked problem, and it's a problem which, you know, the cluttering up of the planet with absolute shit, whether it's going to be more phone masts and small 5G antennas, you know, the circuit boards, endless circuit boards and wires and tech and phones and devices and phones and devices and TVs and phones and devices and everything connected to everything and microwaves and kettles and blah 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 blah. And you know, on the whole, it's made of plastic and more plastic and again, like I said, minerals and things which have to be extracted and made, and slave labour is required, and so on and so on and so on. You know, one thing as ever goes on to the next thing and filters the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and before you know it, you've just got a great big shitstorm. And that's that. The depletion of resources and the constant need for new stuff and more new stuff and more new stuff. Oh, that's 2 weeks out of date. I will get a new one. I will get a new one. That one just got a slight scratch in it. I will get a new one, and so on and so on and so on. It's craziness, and it can't go on. It doesn't. But at some point there has to be a line drawn where you either think differently or you fall into an abyss, really. And this is, as has been cliched so many times, it is the only place we've got with these resources on it, and this these forests and these animals and these rivers and these seas. There isn't another one. And it does actually need, as cliched again as it might sound, it does actually need a little bit of looking after. It does need to have a stop to the constant raping and the extraction of every single tiny little thing. Again, just to please, like I said in the other, just to please our senses, which is what all it's doing. All this stuff is just there we're just using it to feed our senses, to overstimulate ourselves, and to keep fulfilling that constant high that we crave, because our senses just need more and more stimulus to keep up with what's being pummeled into them. And I didn't necessarily sit down and shout like that, my kid, or I'm tempted to, but it is something which I will happily address, because again, this kind of cognitive dissonance comes from they had the whole kind of different times throughout the year, and at the end of the year, all these kids across the world who've been, protesting. Oh, our parents, they're so bad. They're so horrible. Never allowed planet to come like this. Oh, all this plastic. Oh, all this plastic was been, all these plastic bags and all these turtles swallowing junk and so on. Oh, plastic. Oh, it's all so bad. Oh, Christmas. Oh, buy me some plastic shit. Please, I want loads of plastic and stuff and junk and more junk, please, for Christmas, please. And how many kids were sitting there at Christmas thinking, I'll tell you what, folks, how about I like some nice, couple of second-hand clothes from the charity shop. Oh, my God, let's get me some more second-hand stuff as well. I don't want anything new, because, enough's enough from all that. Get me some reconditioned things. It's fine, it will work. And I'll just look after it. I won't chuck it around and drop it and stuff. I'll actually look after it. I'll actually treat it with some respect. And then guess what? I won't need to go and buy more new stuff. It'll be alright. I mean, thankfully we don't celebrate any of that crap. So at least can narrow it down to just a birthday. But it still doesn't make it right, Or at least to me it doesn't make it right. There should be an education process along with these things, understanding that if, you can do anything, can't you? Once something is kind of gone, then it's going to be gone, and you're not going to get that stuff back. And it is worth thinking about, it's ultimately going to be their planet to inherit, and it might end up with a planet with not much left of it to inherit, which is a bit sad, really. And that's what I was kind of. I want to sit down because it's this whole. Like I said, it all goes on from one thing to the next. Like I was saying, you start off with your phone and all the tiny little components and that, and the stuff which makes the little battery in it and so on. Again, that has to be extracted. And where's that extracted from? Well, it's extracted from some mine somewhere. Well, who gives a shit? We can't see it. That's how it kind of is, isn't it? We can't see it and it's not happening. But it is, it's extracted from some mine somewhere, and that mine was built in a place where there used to be, trees and homes and stuff. People living there in little communities and things, just getting on with their lives. And then this gets brought up by some great big company, and then next thing you know, there's a great big mine dug in it, and because that land's gone, people can't work that land anymore, so then they've got no choice but to go down that mine, and they live in squalor mines to make absolute piss all money, so that they can afford to live around squalor mines, because their living's been taken away from them. Instead all they've got is this great big mine, and they're going down these great big mines, and again, by the time they finish mining, the mines are dangerous, polluted places, and all the pollution, all the rivers around are polluted from the mines, and their drinking water's polluted, and their land's polluted, and there's smoke and shit, and it's horrible, and that's enough just to make like the little battery and the components for your phone, and then all the little components they're taken off in some sweatshop in China or whatever, where they've got suicide netting around it, and again these people are working these ridiculously long hours piecing together your phone and so on, you get yourself your nice Christmas sweater. Where's your Christmas sweater come from? Does anyone give a shit? But no longer is your clothes made in your own country anymore. Oh no. Why would Next and Primark and the rest of them, they don't give a crap. They're not going to pay English people English wages, minimum wage, whatever it might be, to actually make your clothes. No. They're going to pay some folks in India or Bangladesh or Pakistan or wherever it might be, pittance to make your clothes. There's people out there who've got no freaking idea what the snowman's doing on the front of your jumper. They're still going to make it. It's just stupid, isn't it? And it goes on, and these are questions which need to be asked. These are an education we could be given to our kids so they can question these things. Is that actually right? Is it right that someone else in another part of the world who probably was quite happy just doing their own thing once upon a time in their own town or community is now making my clothes for me for absolute pittance? They're working these massively long days in these horrible sweatshops just so that I can wear a nice jumper with a snowman on the front. It's not right, is it? That's just two little examples, All these other toys and stuff, we all laugh about, it's made in Taiwan or it's made in it's made there for a reason. There's millions of people around the world making our shit. And it is shit, There's not one thing that's made around the rest of the world that we couldn't actually make in our own countries. Our countries can actually make some money from those things. And if we're gonna want these things, then surely we should be putting a little bit of the effort into actually having them. Then maybe realise that maybe then we'll actually be a little bit accountable for what we possess. Hey, that's just my weird little thought on it. But it's something which I want to talk to my kid about and say, because again, it's not that I'm standing on a pedestal. I'm sure I'm a hypocrite in a billion different ways. But it's again, like I said in another waffle, it's part of a process. It's part of a process of holding that mirror up to your life and thinking, oh, is that right? Can I actually do something about that? It is difficult to buy new pants second hand, because charity shops don't sell them. If they did, I probably would. I ain't fussed, just pants. But chances are there is someone living in some other country making my pants for me. But I don't particularly like that fact, and maybe there's something I'll do about it at some point. Maybe I'll start making my own. Maybe I'll make my own pants. There you go. I'm quite happy to go to the charity shop for jumpers and t-shirts and trousers and jackets and whatever. I ain't bothered. So maybe I need to look at the whole pants and sock situation. Yeah. Okay. But again, it's just that whole process, isn't it, of actually taking the time to look at the way you live in your life and thinking, okay, I'm not going to be all pious and suddenly become a saint, but there's a way of causing less harm in life, and it's not I'm not trying to limit my life or anyone else's life and say that we shouldn't go on and do the things which we really, really want to do and are passionate about and be creative and expansive. I'm not trying to limit myself. I'm just saying that sometimes it's about also being responsible for the things that we do, the things that I do, and part of that is maybe passing information on to our kids so that they can then, from an earlier age than we are, they can take responsibility for their things, not in guilt or fear, but out of respect for the planet and the people and the beings that are on it. Yeah.